Hi there, welcome to your channel Achiever today. My name is Mirza Adam, and in this video we are going to discuss another subtype of future tense, that is future perfect tense. So here we have an aspect called perfect. Okay, so first of all we will be discussing future tense and the aspect will be perfect. This means we will be discussing the topics, the actions. We will be talking about the actions that will have completed before a particular action or before a particular time starts. Okay, so the examples which I have added here, I hope they will clear your doubts regarding this tense. So first example which I have added here is Rohan will have left at 5 p.m. Okay, so here Rohan is the subject and after that I am using will. So this will is actually denoting the future tense and this have is denoting the perfect aspect. Now let me tell you that whenever we use the words like has, have or had, I'm sure that you must be knowing this fact that with all these words has, have or had, we always use the past participle form of the verb. That means V3, third form of the verb. So left is actually the third form of the word leave. So the basic form of the verb is leave and its third form will be left. So I am using the third form of this word leave. I am using left just because of the presence of have. Rohan will have left at 5 p.m. So this means this is a time in a particular time in future. Okay, so at 5 p.m. Rohan will have left. Okay, next sentence, we will have given the assignments by tomorrow. Now I am using we, after which I am using will. That's an auxiliary verb and it's showing the future tense. Have is showing again the perfect aspect, and now I am using the past participle form of the verb give. The assignments by tomorrow. So this is the object and by tomorrow. By tomorrow is actually letting us know the time factor. So this is again a future time in future. Okay, so by tomorrow, that means by tomorrow, before the tomorrow ends or before the tomorrow begins. We can also sometimes understand like this. So we will have given the assignments. That means we will have submitted the assignments by tomorrow. Third sentence which I've added here as an example is my professor, which is actually the subject. Then I'm using will to denote the future tense and have to denote the perfect aspect. It's again an auxiliary verb. Delivered. So this is the third form. So will have delivered the lecture before the class time gets over. Now just look at the sentence. My professor will have delivered the lecture before the class time gets over. So here in this sentence, what's happening? We have two different clauses. First clause ends from my professor to lecture. This is the first clause, and second clause starts from before and it ends here. So this is the subordinating clause. Here I'm using a conjunction before. Sometimes the word before also acts as preposition, but here it's actually functioning as a conjunction because after this word we have a complete clause. So it's letting us know, giving us the factor of time. So the class time gets over. So the structure which I'm using here is of present indefinite tense. Okay, but the main clause is my professor will have delivered the lecture. Now we will be looking at the formula how to frame the sentences of future perfect tense, with the help of which it will be easier for you to remember it. Alright, let's take a look at the formula of future perfect tense. So first of all we will be using will. Along with that we will be using have. So will for future tense and have for perfect aspect. And after that we will be using past participle form of the verb. That means the third form of verb. So let me tell you that if you want to have good command of future perfect tense, so please learn the third forms of the verb. Okay, so if you don't have learned the third forms of the verb, so it will be so difficult for you to make the sentences of this tense. So your first job will be to learn the third forms. That means the past participle forms of the verbs. Okay, so that should be the first step. So the example here, it is a positive sentence, an affirmative sentence. I will have attended many conferences and workshops when I complete my studies. Okay, so here the first clause begins from here. I will have attended many conferences and workshops. So this is the first clause. Actually, there are two different clauses in this sentence. Sentence starts from here and ends here. And the first clause begins from here and it ends here. Second clause begins from when and ends at studies. Okay, and both of these clauses together make one sentence. Okay, so first clause, it is the main clause, the principal clause. It says, I will have attended many conferences and workshops. So here, this will and have, these two words are denoting future perfect tense. Okay, and along with that, I am using the third form of the verb, attend. I am using attended. Okay, and after that, I am using a kind of conditional clause, right? So when I complete my studies. So here the structure of this clause is of present indefinite tense. So it's not so difficult. So whenever you use the words like when and if or after, so you simply use the present present basic form of the verb. All right. Second example. This second example is of negative sentence. The patient will not. So this not, the word not is denoting the negative aspect. So the patient is the subject. Then I am using will and not and have. So to denote the negation, I am using this word not between will and have. Okay, so I am saying it like the patient will not have. Then I am using the third form of the verb eat. So this will become eaten. The patient will not have eaten anything before the ultrasound is done. So again, here we have two different clauses. First clause begins from the and ends at anything. Second clause begins from before and ends at done. So this is a complete sentence containing two different clauses. Okay. So second clause starts with this conjunction before the ultrasound is done. Okay, so this is again a kind of simple present tense that is in its passive version. Okay, next we have an interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentence, I'm beginning it with a helping verb. So helping verb according to the tense. So I'm using will the show. So here it is a noun phrase treating as a subject in the sentence. It holds the position of a subject in this sentence, but basically it's a noun phrase. Why? Because show is a noun and the is determining this word, so it will become a noun phrase. NP will. So this is the helping verb. Will the show have ended till midnight? So this is a question. Okay, so have is denoting the perfect aspect, and why I'm using ended? Just because of this have. Okay, I'm using the third form of the verb end, so it will become ended till midnight. So this is actually a kind of deadline. You may understand it like this. I'm writing a deadline here. So will the show have ended till midnight? So in these types of situations, we basically use future perfect tense. Sometimes we can substitute this tense with future indefinite tense, but you have to be very careful that what meaning you are actually you are willing to say. Okay, you are willing to give. So you have to be very careful, but normally we can substitute or interchangeably use future indefinite tense and future perfect tense, but sometimes we have to be very conscious while we are using these tenses. Okay, I'm sure that this future perfect tense is clear to you. If you still have any doubts, any questions on your mind, you can ask me in the comment section. Till then, please do like, share and subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you so much.